Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. This is what the media does, and it's something that they never did they really never did this with any other president. It's unique to President Trump's administration. You'll have a disgruntled, or you'll have an official within Trump's administration that for some reason comes out of the woodwork, not about a criminal act, by the way, about a disagreement that they have with the president. And it's about a disagreement in terms of policy. Only Trump has had people come out of the woodwork with disagreements pertaining to policy or pertaining to handling a situation or a crisis. And these people will then get championed, lionized, utilized as an appeal to authority to show that the current president is unfit. That's never happened before. You can go through the controversies of the past 16 years prior to President Trump. How many Bush-era officials, while Bush was in office, came out and said, you know what, the president is engaging in this military intervention for political reasons. And that person was then used, or his viewpoint was then used as the basis to impeach President Trump, President Bush. Did that ever happen? Even Pelosi stated, well, I knew that the intelligence was wrong, but I still voted anyway. So Bush's failed quagmires, failed military interventions, the worst president we've ever had. How many people from his administration came out of the woodwork and complained and said, you know what, President Bush is utilizing this faulty intelligence to get us into never-ending conflict that's going to negatively impact or destroy the lives of millions of people. Millions of Americans, millions of people abroad. Because you look at the family members and everyone who knows somebody that has a traumatic brain injury or PTSD or, lost a limb, who's been negatively, adversely affected by Bush's foreign policy and then President Obama's foreign policy. How many people came out and said, the Libya intervention that obliterated the country, you need to impeach President Obama. We have to do this. How many 60 Minutes episodes, how many MSNBC and CNN episodes or hosts or segments found people within the previous administrations to impeach a president, to denigrate a president, to criticize? It's one thing to say, okay, you know what? There are former officials who are unhappy. It's another thing to do what they're doing with Trump. And this is unprecedented. It's unprecedented. President Trump was impeached based on, and I don't even want to use the word, but they say, oh, these people are blowing the whistle, based on administration officials who just simply disagree with him. Not like Watergate, where you have John Dean who has to turn on the president because he was part of the illegal activity. And then he's championed, and he says, well, there's a cancer in the presidency. Yeah, well, you were part of it. He was part of the whole thing. And then he flipped, and, but that was an actual break-in and a cover-up of a break-in. With Trump Russia, we don't even have a break-in. We have high to moderate confidence that something happened. By the way, to my super chat, thank you so very, very much. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And right after this one, I'll have Times of Israel. Subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel. Right now, I'll have a great segment. And if you're on Facebook, share my Times of Israel article. Hillary Clinton, not Biden, will be nominee. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm on my way in the next 3 months to making the biggest political call of all time. They're not going with Biden. They're going with Hillary Clinton. Again. And it really doesn't matter what anyone thinks, left or right. The left goes from Clinton's the most qualified person of all in American history to no, not again. No, please, not again. Not again. So we know the Democrats, what they're about. It's just whatever is convenient for them. But give me the Obama official who said, you know what, I'm resigning, or I'm going to go on 60 Minutes, or I'm going to testify before the House to impeach this president because of a failed NATO intervention, because of a Secret Service scandal in Colombia, because of Standing Rock, because of Flint Water, because of, you can just go litany of controversies, because of Clinton's private servers with top secret intelligence. They don't care. Like, Democrats don't care. That's the thing. They don't care. They don't care. Matthew Wayne. God bless you, H.A. Eric Luke in chat. She's running. Matthew Wayne, God bless you. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you very much, Matthew. But I want to know who in President Obama's administration, who in President Bush's administration, name me the official that was championed. Name me the official that was given as much credibility or as much influence or was lionized by the media simply for disagreeing with either Bush or President Obama. It never happened. What Democrats do is they appeal to authority, but they only appeal to authority if it suits their vantage point. If it doesn't suit their vantage point, suddenly they don't appeal to authority. Attorney General Loretta Lynch, very good. William Barr, oh, he's a political hack. He's loyal to the president. Of course, Attorney General Loretta Lynch, when she met with Bill Clinton to speak about golf, Brexit, and grandchildren, that wasn't being loyal to the president. Then they say the intelligence community confirms. The intelligence community never confirmed anything. Jimbo! You've blown the whistle on HRC. Jimbo! Give my best to the Bell Boys. Give my best to everybody at the pub. Thank you, Eric H526. Matthew, God bless you. Thank you. Jimbo, thank you as always. Give my best to the BAL boys. But it's just interesting. Like, go to the New York Times. Go to the New York Times right now. I am not making anything up. If you go to the New York Times, you will find that over half of all the lives lost in the entire United States are in New York and New Jersey and Michigan. And over 45% or 44 to 45% are in just New York and New Jersey. And God bless the people of New York, New Jersey, and Michigan. The Democrats who run, New York is a political machine, a Democratic political machine from Tammany Hall till today. But let's see, New York Times. Go to the New York Times right now. You can look at the map. Go look at the map. If you add New York, 28,160. New York has 28,168 people who've lost their lives. Texas has 10 million more people than New York. Florida has more people too. Texas has 1,356 people who've lost their lives in the entire state of Texas. And New York has 28,168. And this is Trump's fault because New York listens to the president. If the president said anything anyway, the whole thing is absurd regarding, if the president said anything pertaining to the crisis, saying, hey, do this, do that, they would say the opposite. They never listen to Trump about anything. Then they say, oh, well, you know what? You could have helped the country. They would never have listened to Trump. Anything he would have said, they would have it would be a reflexive, instant reaction. They would never listen to President Trump. Anything he says, they would never listen to President Trump. There's nothing that, and they were trying to literally remove him. But here, if you look, 28,000, this is horrible to do. 10,356 people. And this is the thing. It's horrible to do. And I feel bad doing it because these numbers reflect human lives. But if this were red states, you better believe that Democrats would be saying that this is a red state issue. There's a problem with red states. Oh, my God. So 48.5%, almost 49% of all the lives lost in the entire United States are in 3 states. And if you add Illinois, 4 states, it's well over 50%. But California has 40 million people. 40 million. More. If you go to the CDC, more people lost their lives of the regular flu, according to the CDC, than what's going on. And the country, the state is going to be shut down for the next 3 months. So that. So you look at. Of the top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The top 10 states, you have 7 of the top 10 have Democratic governors, or 7 of the top 10 are blue states. So the Miss Tesla 1, thank you so very much. Thank you so very, very much. Miss Tesla 1. That's an awesome graphic right there. Thank you so very, very much. Miss Tesla 1, greatly, greatly appreciated. I hope all is well, and thank you very, very, very much. Miss Tesla 1, thank you. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. But you look at what's taking place. Miss Tesla 1 and everybody here, they've politicized. At the end of the day, in November, I have to give football analogies. Jimbo and Aussie J and Christ Light. If I could give a rugby analogy, I don't really know much about rugby, but I know a lot about American football. I have friends who played rugby, and it's like I've heard of more injuries in rugby than American football, just because it's probably, when you look at it, it might be. It's funny, American football might be more dangerous in the long run, but rugby is. I know that there's probably more injuries just for the average player. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. But without any helmet or pads, you're just tackling. Then you have a scrum. I look at that, I was like, whoa. But I have friends who played rugby, and one of them like almost hurt himself really badly. Actually, two of them did. That is a pretty amazing sport, rugby is. But if you look at American football, this November is 4th and goal for Democrats. Did I miss Webby? Webby! Jimbo, Webby and I have a beer for you. Jimbo, Webby, are you part of the same pub in Australia? Jimbo, Webby, everyone at the pub in Australia, thank you. That's awesome. That is awesome. The BAL boys. Thank you, Jimbo and Webby. Miss Tesla, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much again, Miss Tesla. Thank you. But you look at November, and it's just, if Democrats do not win, they're done. I will have made the biggest political call of all time. They're going to go with Clinton again. They're going to lose with Clinton again, although I give her a 15 to 20% chance. You have to peak towards when you go into playoffs, you need that needs to be your best. That needs to be your best game. You need to be in peak performance in playoffs, not the regular season so much, not the first 5-6 games. Biden is in no season form. So Biden is in no season form. So in November, ladies and gentlemen, in November, you have the most important month, one of the most important months in Democratic Party history. This is not one of the most important months in Republican Party history. I don't look at things anymore from Republican, Democrat. I don't really care about political parties. I like President Trump because he goes after corrupt intelligence officials. He wants to bring home Americans. These are important, grandiose things. These are important, grandiose things. But November, it's all going to come down to, we have May, June, July, August, September, October, November. It's 6 months, people, to the biggest. Just think of it. Look, think of it as a sporting event, because Democrats are going to think of this as life and death. And they're going to blame Trump for everything while covering up the inept response by Whitmer and de Blasio, Cuomo, Schumer. It's funny, too, because any Pritzker, any single complaint they have against Trump could be then leveled against the governors. Why didn't the governors do anything? First of all, they say Trump has no authority over states. Then they say Trump should have saved the country from this. Well, he has no authority over states. What was he supposed to do? He had a task force in January. That's a fact. And in March 1st, the governor of New York said the risk remains low for the people of New York. And there's no reason for undue anxiety. But November, ladies and gentlemen, is basically the political Super Bowl the biggest political Super Bowl of all time. It's the biggest political Super Bowl of all time. This election is not going to be Biden versus Trump. I will have called this in 2017. No matter where you live in the world, whether it's Australia or the United States of America, Biden could not even win a contest for mayor of your city. He couldn't even win a contest for mayor of your city. So that is everyone, when you look at Biden, we'll look back at all of this and we'll say, my God, how could media is doing a fantastic job propping up somebody that's one gaffe away from just ending the campaign completely. And if they don't win in November, they're now done. They are done as a look. They are done. They are absolutely done. And the issue is that here you have an issue. I'm not even going to say this is an example of how vile media is. I'm not going to say the name of the drug, and I'm not going to say the name of the ailment, but there was a potential. Nobody said cure. Nobody even said remedy. For certain people, there's evidence that for certain people, a type of malaria drug worked. For certain people. Democrats and media say, there's no evidence that this is a cure. Nobody said cure. Nobody even really knows how exactly to treat this for all people. But if it helps some people, why not? Why not try? We had a Michigan lawmaker, Karen Whitsitt, who said it saved her life. But see, again, and then there was a New York Times article saying that a study was favorable towards it. But again, they make every story into one extreme or another extreme, no middle ground. And if you don't have a middle ground, then you can't give Trump credit for anything because there's no middle ground, of course. How could there be? It's either Trump is horribly wrong or Democrats are absolutely right and media is absolutely right. Never something in between. Like for some people, it could work. So, you have a French doctor who is saying that it works for a great many people. This is just an example. It's just an example. It either must work for everyone or it works for no one. It's not, hey, what can we do if perhaps it could alleviate the suffering and get certain people that respond well to it, healthier again. Because we already know that there's one person in the United States of America, a Michigan lawmaker, that, well, actually more than one person, but and then within the New York Times article, it says, yeah, it's relatively safe. And then you hear, oh, but you know what? There are side effects. Well, there are side effects to vitamin C. For some people, there are side effects to eating, terrible side effects to eating peanuts. For other people, it's like, but it's never like, Jimbo, Biden must be getting nicer. Biden must be getting a nice reward for going along with this. Oh my God, you better believe it. You know what his reward is, Jimbo and Webby and Christ Light and all my Australian people. The reward is hook me up with media protecting me pertaining to Burisma or anything. Joshua Brenner. HA, consider making a Parler independent social media channel. As always, keep forming Voltron with the yeah, love you, brother. Thank you, Joshua Brenner. Voltron. Oh my God, yes. Love the old school reference. Joshua Brenner, thank you very, very much. Jimbo, thank you very, very much. Miss Tesla 1, thank you very, very, very much. Joshua, greatly appreciated. All the kind words. The kind words are always appreciated. I'm just very, very thankful that I have the most intelligent viewership. If my viewers debated any other viewers, my viewers would win. Hands down, easily. Because what is anyone else going to say? That Trump worked with Russia to hack the DNC to inform the country that Bernie was cheated? And that President Trump is a criminal, yet they didn't they didn't impeach President Trump on anything to do with a crime. They couldn't find any crime to impeach Trump on. Isn't that interesting? Joshua Brenner, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joshua. Webby! Good one, HA. Yeah, ball boys are going to line the pints up for you. Rugby and Aussie rules, great games. Yes, Webby. Let's look, Webby and Aussie J and Jimbo. Let's see who won the rugby, because I know Australia is really great. I know New Zealand's good and South Africa's good too. Let's see the World Cup winners. Okay, why am I looking this up? I don't know, but here, list of Rugby World Cup final winners. Okay, gonna have a... Okay. So it's every 4 years? Okay, so New Zealand in 87. Oh, this is interesting. Whoa, New Zealand has a really good team. New Zealand, Australia 91, South Africa 95. That was a very famous one. Australia 99. England 2003, South Africa 07, New Zealand 2011, New Zealand 2015, South Africa 2019. So Australia's won twice. And South Africa's won 3 times. And New Zealand, and England's won. It's pretty much 3 countries that dominate the world in this, in rugby. Maybe there might be 4 or 5 countries that play rugby, but I think you could take any pro rugby player, and and vice versa. I think if you took the athletes of either sport and just train them in that sport from football to rugby, you'd have a pretty great player. Joshua, thank you. Miss Tesla 1, thank you again. Miss Tesla 1, thank you. Let's look at what my favorite politician, oh my God, I love her so much. I love her. There's another interview for the fiction book. Rodham. I believe it's Rodham, but I say Rodham. Oh, my ACL. Biden, we need you at second base. What are we going to do? I don't know, Coach. Come on, man. Come on, man. My ACL, man. Come on. You can see my ACL from right here. Come on, man. Use a microscope, man. Come on. Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on, man. Want some push-ups? Do some push-ups. Do some push-ups. And you know the deal, endowed by the Creator. You know the deal. You know the deal. Who knows how it's going to happen? I think, you know what? One way it could happen is Biden's wife or Biden says, you know what? We've had enough. Okay. We think even though we could, but you know what? It's the centennial, whatever the excuse, and whatever. And then it's just a seamless transition. Just a seamless transition. Oh, my God. Let's see here. Okay, Rodham. I don't understand also, like, this I don't understand this fascination with the media trying to prop up Biden. They know Biden's not going to be nominee. So, like, what is the point? They're not going to look very good when something happens, God forbid. Why? Who knows what's going to take place? But something's going to happen when they say, how are we supposed to know? I guess we're going to do Hillary again. Oh, my God. That's Clinton. Who would have predicted? Oh, my God. Clinton, man. Hillary Clinton calls Michigan protests domestic, then a word I can't use, every single day. Every single day. Every single day. The person really running is Madam Secretary. That's the person really running. You know. A young Hillary Rodham, madly in love with the man she met at Yale Law School, abandons her own path and heads to Arkansas. Why would she have abandoned her own path? That was her path. Slowly, she starts to uncover Bill Clinton's many infidelities and makes a choice. What would have happened if Hillary Rodham had never married Bill Clinton? We pretty much know what would have happened, but you can't say what would have happened. So in real life, Bill Clinton proposed to Hillary Rodham twice, and she said no. Just like President Obama told her to be State Department Secretary of State, and she said no. God. Oh, my God. What a difference between Margaret Thatcher. It doesn't matter if you like her politics or not. Between Margaret Thatcher and Hillary Clinton. Both times, and she proposed the third time. He proposed the third time, and she said yes. And in my version, she says no the third time, too, and she goes her own way. There is a fiction. She is such an icon. There's a fiction book on her. And then there's a documentary. And then about Bill Clinton's misdeeds. Well, people are complex. Oh, that's good. Trump is the epitome of everything vile, but Bill Clinton's complex. I think Bill Clinton is the embodiment of that. Oh, I'm just so complex, and Let me tell you, I was so nervous and I had such stress. I had a lot of stress. Everybody, Jimbo, I had a lot of stress. Jimbo, however it happens, it's going to be fun to watch. Yes, Jimbo, it will. We might have to wait until the day before the convention with the jetpack and Madam Secretary Rodham flying in. Shh. 50 Porsche. Jimbo, thank you very much as always. As always, Jimbo, thank you. Miss Tesla won. I love that graphic. I love it. Miss Tesla won. Thank you. But they're now. She has a novel. She has a novel written about her novel. Why is there Hulu documentary, Howard Stern, The View, a novel? Gutsy women. Every second there's something. Could it be maybe that she was always going to be nominee? And the DNC, it's like, what more has to happen? The DNC communications director is like, yeah, we're not officially nominating Biden. Nobody's talking about it. Even me, the epicenter of Clinton 2020 on YouTube and everywhere else. I'm like, did they take it out of context? The DNC communications director didn't actually admit to it. Even I can't believe it. I'm like, I don't even want to. I would be, if I knew that she stated this categorically, without any like missing context or nuance, because I'm not sure. Every day, I wouldn't even. Only thing I would do is talk about that quote. Just want to let you know, there's lots of things to talk about, but I'm going to focus on that quote. It's just, it's just unbelievable. I'm so complex of an individual. If people knew my complexity, they wouldn't be judgmental. Don't you know I have stress and I'm complex? That's the problem with people. They're always judging me. What is. We were talking about intercontinental ballistic missiles and I needed a prop. And there was nothing there to use. Okay, let's see. What else? What else do we have here? So, there's an article about Michael Lee, hello. Oh, you better believe Madam Secretary is going to be nominee. You want to know why? Because she's had enough of me. She wants me out of her life. She's out, like Michael Jackson says, she's out of my life. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. She wants me in the Oval Office while she can use her private servers flying around the world as Madam President. I told her it's not as easy as you think, honey. You're going to have stress too. And you're going to look at your staffers in a completely different light because of all that stress. That's a play on what they asked Bill Clinton, why did you do what you did in the Oval Office? He's like, I had stress. Okay. Anything you say is fine. Could you imagine if Trump was like, I had stress? I can't do what Trump. He's like, wrong. The only thing I could do with Trump is wrong. Wrong. Can you imagine the debates with Biden? Come on, man. Wrong, 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 wrong. And oh my God, this author, Rodham, imagines a different Hillary. Oh my God. Oh my God. Notice also how the media is completely hands off on Biden. Completely hands off. Like it took them, 2 weeks to finally, Tara Reade, we have to talk about it. Okay, fine. Fine. Why don't we just, you know what they should do? Look, they need to just simply just say, look, they're an extension of the Democratic Party, and that's it. And that's it. Democrats worry Biden will be defined by Trump's attacks. And then the key person here is a longtime advisor of Hillary Clinton. So, Crypto Pirates 1776. Check out the documentary, A Nobel Lie, the Clintons were connected. Fed. Crypto Pirates 1776. Thank you. Thank you, Crypto Pirate. For 40 years now. 40 years now. Practically 40 years in politics. And can you name, I guess with Bill Clinton, you can kind of name some achievements. You can definitely name a great deal of controversy. You can name some achievements. Can you name one achievement from Madam Secretary? One. I want to know one major achievement. Because you notice they never appeal to a specific achievement that she's made. Hard to think of a president who won after letting their opponent do all the talking, said longtime advisor to Hillary Clinton. Why are longtime advisors to a person who lost the last election always being interviewed? Gee, I wonder why. Why was there an app that didn't work in Iowa? Oh, gee, I wonder why. Biden needs to deploy high-profile surrogates. Deploy the surrogates and grassroots activists. He doesn't have any grassroots activists to organize digitally. Yeah, Biden and the internet is not does not go well together because there's so many horrible things from him smelling hair. Is it eucalyptus? What is this? Pantene Pro V. And force the president, in particular, his allies in the Senate, to respond to him. Trump is decimating Biden already. The thing with President Trump is that even the people who don't like him, when he says something, they acknowledge the truth within what he says, even though they don't outwardly accept it or acknowledge it. It still hits home. This is a wonderful poll. Trump leads Biden by 3 points in Ohio, 6 points in Texas, obviously, but 3 points in Ohio. He leads Biden by 7 points in 15 swing states. There's no way they go with Biden unless they want to lose the popular vote. Let's put it this way. They would tank their own political party quicker. It would go a lot faster. It would go a lot faster with Biden than with Clinton. Because with Clinton, at least you have, like, the I'm with her world. At least the I'm with her world would be like, I don't care. When she loses again, the I'm with her crowd, they're not going to care. They'll be like, so what? Run in 2024. Yeah. That's what I think. Me too. I think that too. They're not going to care. So... Jimbo! If HRC wins in November, what do we call Bill? First Gentleman? That would be ironic. Jimbo, I think you should call me Protector of the Oval Office. I think you should call me the Gatekeeper, if you will. Protector of the Oval Office. The Shining Knight of the Oval Office. Let's see. The Cigar Aficionado in Chief. What else? What else can I say? I just hope that my stress level decreases. Because as it is right now, my stress level is even more than when I was president, so you can just imagine. You can just imagine what my stress level will be like and what I need to do. Because that's a good excuse nowadays. Jimbo, thank you. I'm just waiting. Please. Clinton campaign. Stop it. Hold on one second. Okay, hold on. Joe Biden. Campaign manager. Who's his main campaign manager? I think. The main campaign manager is this person. So January 6, 2014, Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign. 2016, this is Politico. Shadow campaign. This is in 2014. So the campaign manager for his campaign manager was Hillary Clinton's from 2017 to 20, she was the chair of the DNC's Unity Reform Commission. The campaign manager for Biden helped set up the rules for the DNC. And then worked for the Clinton campaign. Isn't that interesting? Okay. This is going to be really interesting, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be really, really interesting. John, thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We will see what takes place. We will see what takes place. Nobody can understand the treachery. Nobody can predict the treachery. But the one thing that I've always stated is that this is the MC Breed election. Ain't no future in your front. And the Democrats, all they do is front. That's all they do. That's all they do. That's all they know how to do. November is coming up, people. Ladies and gentlemen, check out H.A. Goodman's other channel in about 10 minutes. Great upload. And thank you so very, very much. Miss Tesla, thank you. Everyone, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. To my super chat, thank you. And everyone, I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to have an amazing week. We're going to have an amazing next 6 months. It is going to be fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, November will be the culmination, the climax, if you will. Oh, I like that word. Of 4 years of madness. And you got to understand, if you talk you know what for 4 years, and then you lose by 50 points again in the championship game, oh my God. Oh my God. Talk about bragging rights. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to my super chat. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right this second. Have a great evening, everybody.